Booker T. Washington is one of those figures who looks simple from a distance and becomes much more complicated the closer you study him. If you came here asking who was Booker T. Washington, what is his life story, contribution to black community, and why he was so controversial, the direct answer is this: he was a formerly enslaved black leader who built schools, promoted industrial education, and became the most influential black spokesman of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. But the real puzzle is why the same man could be celebrated as a builder and attacked as a compromise. That tension defines his life. He was born enslaved in Virginia in 1856 in a world where black freedom was not a promise, but a rupture still waiting to happen. After emancipation, he worked his way through hard labor, hunger, and limited schooling, eventually reaching Hampton Institute, one of the major training grounds for black education after the Civil War. That detail matters because Washington did not rise through abstract theory. He rose through institutions that taught discipline, trades, and self-help as a path to survival in a hostile economy. The key move in his life came when he became the founder and principal of Tuskegee Institute in Alabama in 1881. This was not just a school, it was a model. Washington built Tuskegee around practical education, teacher training, agriculture, mechanics, and business skills. He believed black advancement had to be anchored in economic power, property ownership, and reliable institutions. In his view, education was not just for personal uplift, it was a mechanism for building a durable black middle class and protecting black communities from total dependence. That contribution was real, and I think it is impossible to discuss black history honestly without giving him that credit. Tuskegee trained teachers, craftsmen, farmers, and administrators. Washington also became a major fundraiser and organizer, turning black education into something institutions could scale. He worked the lecture circuit, cultivated white philanthropy, and used his national visibility to keep schools, programs, and networks alive. In a period when segregation was hardening and black political rights were being crushed, that kind of institution building was not decorative, it was survival infrastructure. But here's where the controversy begins. Washington's public posture, especially in the Atlanta Compromise speech of 1895, emphasized patience, labor, and accommodation to segregation rather than direct confrontation. He seemed to tell white America that black people should prove their value through work first and claim full civil rights later. To his supporters, that was strategic realism in a brutal era. To his critics, especially W.E.B. Du Bois and other black intellectuals, it sounded like surrender. The objection was not just philosophical, it was political. Washington's approach appeared to leave disfranchisement, lynching, and legal segregation too safely in place. My judgment is that Washington was neither a villain nor a saint. He was a man trying to build black institutional strength inside a country openly committed to limiting black freedom. That makes him useful, powerful, and deeply compromised at the same time. His legacy is not a clean lesson, it is a hard one. He showed that schools, money, training, and administration could create real black capacity. He also showed the limits of respectability and economic strategy when law and violence are being used to deny rights. That is why Booker T. Washington still matters. He forces us to see both the power of building institutions and the cost of choosing which battles to fight first.